Uglies is a new young adult adaptation from the 2005 novel. So today, let's see if this new Netflix film is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Netflix. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. In a futuristic dystopia with enforced beauty standards, a teen awaiting mandatory cosmetic surgery embarks on a journey to find her missing friend. I'm not aware of the 2005 novel, but I was wondering if there was an actual want for this film. Has the novel been that popular since 2005? There was supposed to be an adaptation in 2006, but that failed. And now we get one several years later, almost 20 years after its release. This movie feels like it could have been released in 2012, 2013 alongside Divergent and Maze Runner and The Hunger Games, the height of those young adult adaptations with a futuristic dystopia and the government controlling things. This would have fit nicely alongside those movies. Unfortunately for Uglies, it does have a really thin plot to it. And you have this part of their world where everybody's beautiful and they go through this cosmetic surgery and they live this lavish lifestyle. And then you have everybody that's younger before they turn 16 living in this world where they're considered to be ugly, and they have distinct features about them that make them ugly, and they are awaiting this surgery, and that's like the thing that needs to happen so everybody just feels equal. After our initial setup of that story and our main characters played by Joey King, you go through this odd little journey of her enjoying her life as an ugly and meeting new friends after her main friend, Nose, played by Chase Stokes, as he becomes pretty now and has forgot pretty much everything about their friendship. She starts to embark on this self-discovery and riding futuristic hoverboards and using technology, and there's so much like dedication to all of like the CGI within like the first 30 minutes of the film, and some of it does set up how she can use some of this technology later on. But I was really confused with the direction of the beginning of this film, as you feel like you were starting your story and then you halted it and wanted to have this little side journey that really felt like it never amounted to much, and then you try to bring it back in and had a hard time trying to find its focus later on, as you spend all of like your big budget on all of this really bad looking CGI mess and all of these like fast action scenes where she's having a lot of fun and she's making new friends, and then she has to go on this journey after one of her friends does go missing. But once you start to dig a little bit deeper into the plot, these beauty standards that the government has placed on people, you have more of like what is actually happening come to light, and you have like your resistance against all the beauty standards, and we're going to fight against the people that enforce these beauty standards. Typical young adult adaptation stuff. So you do feel like a lot of what was within Uglies did inspire a lot of young adult adaptations later on, even if this movie came out several years later after those movies like The Hunger Games and Maze Runner. But it has that blueprint of a young adult adaptation. It has your resistance. You have your characters that are fighting against the government. You have the government secretly controlling people and enforcing things on them. Everything about the society screams a young adult adaptation. So a lot of it does feel unoriginal, despite the book coming before a lot of the other popular young adult adaptations. So if this movie would have came out before The Hunger Games and before all the Maze Runner movies, I think it would have felt a little more original. but since it was released so many years after it, it doesn't feel original. It feels like a lot of it has been borrowed from other big movies. And with all that CGI mess in here, the story does feel very thin. Like there's not a lot of urgency in here. There's not a lot at stake. You have your characters that are trying to fight against the government and not get this beauty cosmetic surgery done on. But this film moves terribly slow and tries to supplement the film with a lot of nonsense and stretched out scenes. Joey King, Chase Stokes, all of them are pretty good within this film. Generic performances. It is odd though that they would place Joey King and Chase Stokes in the beginning of this film and call them ugly, and having them be really self-conscious and wanting to get that surgery done on them. I really didn't buy into the fact that Joey King and Chase Stokes were considered to be ugly. But there were elements to Uglies that I did like. Looking at this world, the reason behind the cosmetic surgery, some of the heightened action scenes were filmed nicely. This is directed by McG, so you're going to have a lot of a style to this movie, and at times it does work. There's an over-reliance on CGI and green screen usage within the beginning of this film, but the story is pretty simple when it looks at what the government's actually doing, and it's stretched out, and you can feel like it's setting up a sequel, and the sequel is going to be digging deeper into all of that. There could have been more impactful moments within here. There could have been more of a depth to this, but it's just not there. The film looks kind of bleak at times. Even the futuristic aspect to it all, and the way that these pretties live and how everything's supposed to be bright, I didn't get that tone within here. So the whole world just felt very bland. Even when you had these action scenes, there's really nothing exciting about looking at this movie. I am curious about the sequel moving forward, and I hope that they greenlight it pretty fast so we can get more of the story and not wait several years after that. But Uglies, right now, it's just a generic young adult adaptation. It has the blueprint to it. It feels very familiar. The performances are all right, but it's a story that at times is a little bit interesting, but they don't do much to just really expand on it all. So before I give you my score for Uglies, make sure to check out my channel here to do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button and get it all in one spot. If you'd like to see where Uglies ranks amongst all the other 2024 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Uglies a C+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Uglies, the new young adult adaptation on Netflix. If you guys seen it by chance, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.